Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, February 16th. We've got more rain and snow coming already, and this round at least goes through today into tomorrow. Outside of the highlands, we do have an area of a little bit heavier snowfall in the lower elevations, basically from up around Rexburg to Ashton Hill. That'll be through this evening. We do have some wind coming with this round today and tomorrow, so there'll be some blowing and drifting. It's going to be warmer, so may not see widespread blowing and drifting conditions, but certainly it'll be around. Those issues will be around. And otherwise, after this, just off and on rain and snow. This continues pretty much up through the rest of this week, so we continue to add to our snowpack across central and eastern Idaho. Satellite shows northwest flow over the area. Our storm system moving closer to shore, moving onshore. Big push of moisture already coming into towards the central mountains for the first part of the day. That will continue to shift eastward as we go through the rest of the day into tonight, and more, like I said, coming our way. Most of our impacts will be, at least for today, in portions of the Snake Plain, also the southeast and eastern highlands, and it shifts there for tomorrow as well with the second half of this system, and you pretty much just see the particular areas that'll see rain and or snow through the middle part of the week. Impacts at this point, maybe not as much through the middle part of the week, but certainly we'll have to watch any given push of moisture coming through, see if we need to tweak some of our impacts over the coming days. Looking how things are going for today, you'll notice there's this first wave coming through the Magic Valley, also pushing into the Snake Plain. This is the little first round that's kind of trying to enhance the snowfall, especially, like I said, Rexburg up to Ashton Hill coming through the area. What'll be interesting enough is that temperatures are already pretty warm this morning, so in some areas, especially once you get away from the lower Snake Plain, the Magic Valley, the South Hills, this could be snow, and it may be a wetter snow than we've seen of late. Those rest of those areas, we've got a couple things going on. We've got south winds for downslope, and we've got the warmer temperatures already in place where we can see a mix of rain and snow, or wet, sloppy snow that would eventually or quickly melt, or just all rain, especially as we get later on to today. You'll see that precipitation really continuing over the Magic Valley into the Snake Plain, into the southeast and eastern highlands as we go through the day. We go into tonight, most of this will be in the higher elevations. A little bit more snow possible, or enhanced area of snow north of Idaho Falls. Otherwise, this just pretty much continues through the overnight into tomorrow. Another little push coming through. That's kind of the second main half of this system, this round coming through as we go through to the rest of the day tomorrow. Back to the rest of the forecast. And like I said, we've just got this moisture coming through, and so a little bit of wind. The wind gets a little stronger on the backside of this system for tonight and tomorrow. Still some gusts in excess of 20 miles an hour in some areas. There's the enhanced area of snow for this morning anyway, especially Idaho Falls initially, and then kind of shifting north, and then also to the east into the eastern highlands. Otherwise, just some light, maybe a couple of spots seeing a little bit more snow, depending if we get a little bit heavier banding moving through the area. We go in the afternoon, there continues the snowfall east of I-15 for sure, just some light snow elsewhere. Winds do start to pick up across the Snake Plain and into the adjacent bench areas, some of those gusts pushing 30 miles per hour. That's for this afternoon. Temperatures, like I said, in some areas are already above freezing. It's going to be a battle of precipitation starting, and we start to see the dew point. We start to see that temperature kind of coming closer together to get 100% relative humidity. We do expect some areas to be 34 to 36 and seeing wet snow. Some areas will be in the upper 30s to mid 40s. That should be, by the time we get to the warmest part of the day, pretty much all rain across those areas today. Going into this evening, pretty much not seeing much across the Snake Plain. This is shifting out of the Snake Plain into the highland areas, the central mountains, the eastern and southeastern highlands. Still seeing some areas, some gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. Overnight, winds continuing to pick up in the Magic Valley and the Snake Plain, the adjacent benches. And you'll notice when we look at overnight lows just how warm it's going to be again in some of those areas with the wind. This is for after midnight and before sunrise tomorrow. We go into tomorrow morning, there are those winds continuing to pick up, some of those gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour. Just snow continuing in the eastern and southeastern highlands. And as we go into tomorrow afternoon, winds continuing to really pick up. Some of those gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. Snake playing the Magic Valley and those adjacent bench areas. For lows tomorrow morning, where that wind corridor is overnight, temperatures remaining at or just above freezing. Otherwise, temperatures down into the teens and 20s, and you'll see the overnight lows in some areas not pushing up much higher, but definitely getting above freezing, and more areas above about 35 to 36, which means if moisture falls in those areas, it'll be a mix of rain and snow, or if it turns out to be all snow, it'll be pretty wet, slushy snow. As we go into tomorrow, Monday night into Tuesday, again, really hitting the eastern and southeastern highlands, not much in the central mountains, also some higher amounts up towards Lost Trail Pass. We go into Tuesday. Again, we've got a little bit of wind along the interstate corridor, so mid-20s to low 30s in those areas with afternoon highs, especially in the upper Snake Plain, the low to mid-30s. We'll see a few upper 30s again to 40 and low 40s once you get over towards Burley, Twin Falls, and Glens Ferry. Even up around Chalice, it'll be 40 degrees on Tuesday. And for Tuesday night and Wednesday, we start to see the amount of moisture coming down. It's still there, but amounts are starting to come down a little bit. We go into Wednesday, a little bit cooler day, but still some areas pushing well above freezing into the low 40s once you get over into the Magic and Treasure Valleys. We go into Wednesday night and Thursday, we start to pick up a little bit of moisture again and those temperatures. With that, maybe later in the week, we'll have to see temperatures might come down just a little bit overall in the afternoon. Now, if you want to add up all this moisture we're seeing through the middle part of the week, some areas not getting much, over a tenth of an inch, but that's because of shadowing with this particular pattern, how the upslope, upslope effects work. Otherwise, quarter to half an inch, a pretty common lower elevation amount. You get into the Sawtooth, some of those areas could see over an inch of moisture throughout this period. So this is a multiple day thing. The big holes, the Tetons, some of those areas could easily be pushing 2 inches or more of moisture. And we're talking about snow melted as rain in the higher elevations, and down low it's just a mix of rain and snow through the period. So once again, we've got plenty of moisture coming our way. Check the latest forecast. Check the latest road conditions going through Idaho 501. Have a great Sunday, and do stay safe out there, everyone.